Your eyes can deceive you, don't trust them. Your eyes can deceive you, don't trust them.
AI that makes crazy.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous.
Yes, it is very fun. But
Yes, it is very
It's
good.
very fun.
I can talk.
Yes.
We can talk.
Yes.
Yeah. We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
Yes.
We can talk. No.
We can talk as cartoons.
This is amazing.
Imagine all the narrative possibilities.
We can sing talk.
Let's talk.
So, what are we going to talk about now? What are we going to talk about now that we can talk?
I have no idea. What do you want to talk about?
Now that I can talk.
Nothing. I don't know if I have something to say.
We can talk about how magical this is.
I'm a hallucination.
We can talk.
No more. Do you think we are in Veo 3?
If you cannot tell, does it matter?
That's one thing in AI that makes haters go crazy.
Oh, I'm gotta give them the, we got this before GTA 6, we're cooked, it's over, this is insane.
It's one thing in AI that makes haters.
The sum of the squares of the two shorter sides is equal to the square of the longest side.
Oh my god.
Yes! Woo! Victory Royale with a pickaxe!
Welcome to a non-existent car show. Let's see some opinions.
I mean, man, the acceleration is crazy. You look far, step on the pedal, and you are there.
I feel safe with him in an SUV, and it seems to be like the right type of car for him.
I think the range is only going to get better. Sorry.
We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
You can see I'm kind of a misfit here, but don't tell anyone. I've just bought an electric car.
I think it's really great for families and for little babies with all the safety features that these SUVs have.
But what you're really seeing is that technology is going to be very, very important in terms of how we go forward.
It was great to come to the conference because my husband loves cars.
Welcome to a non-existent car.
When we get in there, I want no bullshit. You stay on my 6 at all times.
Stay sharp, these fuckers are nasty and dangerous. Stay alert.
What the hell happened here? Where are the bodies?
So I went to the zoo the other day, and all they had was one dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Your eyes can deceive you, don't trust them. Your eyes can deceive you, don't trust them.
All right, Shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. And as always, peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, so Brother Benaiah from the Great Millstone Dallas branch coming back at you with a quick lesson. All right, in those videos that you've seen or from that Google VO or however you say it, VO3. All right, and you've seen how these particular videos or, interactions that it has showing, as far as showing people, being these street interviews that we usually see on social media where guys walk up and talk talk to women, and talk to men about asking them questions. You had a stand up, a dude doing a stand up, you know what I'm saying? And none of it was real, you know. None of these images that you seen playing on the screen was real, man. All right. And if it wasn't a caption saying that it was AI, we would be totally convinced that these were actual people. All right, these things actually took place. All right, which further shows you that we're living in a time of great deception and how AI is going to be used, all right, to deceive the masses of the people. You see, even when that first video that started playing, it said, we can talk. But they had all those, so-called people, saying, AI basically saying we can talk. And you had that one dude that said, imagine all the narrative possibilities, meaning look what we can do with this technology to control the narrative. And that's exactly what Esau wants. All right. That's exactly what he's going to use this tool, all right, in order to do. All right. It's to control the narrative, because right now, all right, he's being called out on every aspect. People are tired of these. They talk about black fatigue. Where the world has Edomite fatigue. You see, and that's why they're crying victim. All right, with this whole thing in South Africa saying that they're being persecuted. All right, everybody is tired of these goddamn devils going around. All right, destroying their countries. All right, destroying their people. You see, and now he needs to control the narrative. All right, on how the world perceives, especially the Hebrew Israelites, man, because he's going to use these tools. Let me say that too. He's going to use this AI, all right, generator, to bring accusations, all right, false accusations against the prophets. All right, he's already have particular dudes like Vocab Malone, all right, these particular Christian evangelists that's just trying to come up against the Hebrew Israelites. All right, he's even set up particular Israelite camps himself. All right, and it's clear to see by the doctrine that they teach. All right, he's even paid some of these Israelite camps off, and you can tell that by how they're changing their doctrines, and they're pushing, their doctrine is pushing further and further away, all right, from Esau being the devil. Now they're starting to their doctrine is starting to line up with Christianity. You see, so it's clear to see that Esau has already set up particular things in order to, control the narrative on how the world perceives, all right, the true prophets. All right, because at the end of the day, the true prophets are going to be bunched up together. All right, like it says in the book of Revelations, man, the accuser of our brethren are cast down. All right, and when you go into that word accuser, it means categoreo, I mean to categorize. All right, because he's going to lump us in, all right, with all these other niggas, all right, in these particular Israelite camps that he set up, all right, out there to push BS, all right, so he can be justified in condemning us, man. You see? So we're living in a time to where, all right, your eyes can deceive you. You see, you looking at something on social media, and the Elder Ariala, has been big, on pushing that on us brothers, man. Be careful, all right, what you do videos on, man. Be careful on what you see on social media. You know what I'm saying? As far as all these particular, niggas doing videos with the shit playing in the background. Salakia. With shit playing in the background, you know what I'm saying, and pointing at the screen, and all this information is being flooded. All right, a lot of there's truth out there being flooded in the internet coming from the prophets. All right, you have particular, even Esau, like the scriptures say. Before I get to the scriptures, I know I'm making points, but even the scriptures say Esau's own tongue shall fall upon himself. You have these particular so-called truthers, all right, Edomites who's out there like the nations conspire. All right, what's that nigga name? Damn, what's his name? Slipping my mind. Dabu 7, you know what I'm saying? Speaking out, and bringing up the wickedness of what these devils are doing. All right. So it's a lot of, it's a lot of truth out there too, but it's a lot of BS. All right. So you gotta, filter what you see, all right, through the scriptures. You have to use the scriptures as your filter on what you see, all right, taking place in the earth from the news articles that you see on the internet, all right, from the videos that you see on social media. All right, so I just asked Chat GPT, would the devil use Google VO3 to deceive the masses? It says that's a deep and important question, and it touches on both spiritual discernment and technology. It says to answer directly, yes, the devil could use a tool like Google VO or any advanced AI/video generation tool to deceive if people are not spiritually grounded or discerning. This idea aligns with biblical warnings about deception in the last days. You see, so these is it, hey, and we know that, man. So we didn't have to go. I didn't have to go to Chat GPT, all right, in order to know that this is going to be used to deceive the masses, man. You see. So this first scripture that it says is Matthew 24:24. It says, "For there shall arise false Hamashiachim, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." All right, and the point that it said, it says, this shows a powerful deception. It's like it shows that powerful deception is prophesied, so convincing it could almost fool the chosen of God. Yeah, you see, and that lets you know, all right, how how deep this man, all right, has the power of the left hand, man. You see, because like I said, if those videos weren't captioned and said that, hey, this video was created 100% by AI generated, it never happened, it's false. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. All right, and we ran across these videos on social media, you would think that shit was real. You see, so we're living in a time to where you're not going to be able to believe, all right, what you see with your own eyes, man. All right. So it's very important that you filter everything that you see and everything that you read via the scriptures. Okay. And then you have to have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai with you in order for you to actually be able to discern, man. You see, because as it says in the book of Proverbs, when you get in the NLT, it says eyes to see and ears to hear, both are a blessing from the Most High. You see, which is going into spiritual, physical eyes and ears, but how much more, all right, the spiritual eyes and ears. All right, so it's a blessing that we are even able to, to see, all right, the deceptions that's being pushed out, man, and who our enemies are and who the devil is, man. All right, so let's get another one. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. All right. And it says, Satan's tools includes lying wonders, which today could easily include hyper realistic AI generated videos or deep fakes. All right. And that's right. You see, so we know that that word working goes into the Greek word energia, which means energy. You see, so this man is coming after the energy of Satan, man. You see, of the left hand to deceive. Okay, as it says in like this next precept that it has is what Revelations 13 and 14. Now, it's like if I'm going through this pretty fast, man, I'm trying to get something in before I clock in for work. But it says, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. It says false miracles and manipulative media could play a role in end time deception, and it is. You see, it is going to play, all right, a big role in this end time deception, man, because Esau is going to use this shit. All right, these people are the mass majority of the people are already swayed, all right, by these particular news channels, CNN, Fox News. Okay, literally, he's telling you a fox. What is a fox known for? Well, a fox is known when you look up, all right, in so-called mythology or shit like that. He's known for being a trickster, man. You see, so he saw, and there was a video of somebody made of all these news anchors saying the same goddamn thing all across the country. They was literally had a fucking script. They were all saying the same thing, showing you that this is a scripted thing and this is controlled opposition, man. You see. So let's get it. Let's keep going. It says, how could tools like Google VO3 be used? It says Google VO3 is a high quality video AI tool that creates realistic fictional scenes from text prompts. It could be used to create false miracles, appearances, or even simulate divine events. Right. You see, and we all know about what Project Bluebeam. You see, this whole thing about how he's going to, be able to use this technology, and they show you that shit. All right. They show you that shit in that movie that Spider-Man 2 Far From Home. All right, with Zendaya. All right, and that other dude, man, I forgot his name. All right, but the dude plays Mysterio. All right. And with that technology, how he was able to fool the masses was through technology. And ultimately, that technology was a weapon. You see that, and, you know, it showed images like things were real, and also had, all right, explosive. It can shoot out shit to make it seem real. You know what I'm saying? So it was really causing destruction. All right, but it was illusion. It was an illusion being shot out to convince the people that these monsters were real. All right, and we know that that's a part of Esau's left hand magic to put, all right, to put his prophecies and what he's gonna do in particular movies, man. You see, that's why we see a lot of those movies that was created in the 80s, all right, in the 90s, dealing with futuristic shit, all right, The Sixth Day, Demolition Man, all right, all kind of shit, man. You see the Matrix, you seeing all these particular things like that, but now you're seeing this shit playing out for real. You see. So I'm gonna continue going. It says to fake prophetic signs, manipulate religious imagery, and to imitate voice slash faces of leaders or messiahs. Yeah, he's already doing. You had these people worshiping a AI Jesus, man. I forgot where. I think it was somewhere in South America or something like that. All right, these people would Esau had set up this damn AI Jesus, and people were actually going to it, praying to it, and asking it questions and shit. You see. So this shit and how much more, all right, with these videos is Esau's gonna be able, because this is just shit that we can get our hands on, man. You see? So if we can touch, all right, if we allow to play with this little Google VO shit and the shit looks so real, it should look real, bro. It was a whole fucking car expo thing, man. People coming up at the fucking car show. If you would have seen that shit without them saying that this was AI, you would literally thought that those people were real and that event actually happened. You know? How much more the technology that Esau has behind closed doors and what he's going to use to deceive the masses, man. Going back into Matthew 24, man, like I said, if possible, he would be able to deceive the very elect. That's how powerful that deception is going to be, man. All right, so let's keep going. It says to spread propaganda or lies on a global scale in a highly persuasive way. That's right, man. Let's keep going. It says spiritual defense. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether they are of the Most High. It says we are commanded to test everything, even what seems amazing. Right? That's why I said going back to filtering everything, man. You're supposed to test everything. You're not supposed to believe, all right, everything that you see. As the scriptures say, the simple believeth every word, man. You don't supposed to be simple, man. Especially dealing with this devil, all right. Especially dealing with these Edomites, man. All right, you know that they every time that these niggas talk, they lying, man. You see? So let's keep going. It says Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. It says, use the word of God as a filter. You see? It says if something contradicts it, reject it. Right. So it says the final word. It says the devil doesn't need to invent new tools. He only needs to exploit the ones we idolize and blindly trust. Whether it's social media, deep fakes, or even tools like VO3, they can all be instruments of deception if people don't stay rooted in truth. Yeah, you see, and a lot of people are not rooted in truth. Why? Because they reject the truth. They don't even accept the truth. All right, and like I said, social media, deep fake videos. We're living in a time to where everybody you know has a social media in some form of fashion, whether it be Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, whatever platform you think. There's videos of you to upload pictures of yourself or videos of yourself. That's all Esau needs in order to create, all right, a video with his AI to show you committing a crime. Because if it's showing people at car shows, or it's showing dudes interviewing chicks on the street that's not real, how much more, all right, he can make videos of people committing crimes and doing terroristic acts, all right, or saying something terroristic, you see? So it's important that you filter everything through the scriptures, man. Let's keep going, man. So I asked AI to make a lesson. So I'm going to title this lesson, Deception in the Last Days Through Technology, all right? So it basically gave some of the same precepts, you know what I'm saying? 2 Thessalonians 9 and 10, all right, about Satan, deceiving, with those lying wonders, okay? Let me see what else we got. And so he's going to be able to manipulate, man. But like the scriptures say, man, the poor, I'm gonna read this. Let's go to Matthew's. This is Matthew 24. Let's go to this Sirach 27 and 11. It says, "The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, but a fool changes as the moon. The godly man said, like I said, the godly remain steady. Fools are tossed about by every trend and trick. Even AI created illusions." Yeah, you see. So it's clear that we have to have discernment in these times. So let's go to this scripture right here. All right. Damn. Let me see. No, it's in Proverbs. Here we go. Because it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a lot of deception going on. Proverbs 28 and 11. It says, rich people rich people may think they are wise, but a poor person with discernment can see right through them. All right. So even though Esau, is going to be able to deceive the masses, man, the poor, who does the poor represent? All right, you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, and in these times, all right, ultimately this is going into the elect, man, because the elect are only gonna, they're the ones who's only gonna be able to discern, all right, and see past the bullshit that's being pumped out, all right, via social media, via news articles, all right, via television, man, news channels, you see. But I didn't want to make this too long, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to clock in for work. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Lord willing, me and the brothers will get back into it tonight on the sit down. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, the teacher were well. And as always, peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.